Hey, SF, you fuck. You come in here, Stasis is the dumbest person in this server. You come in here, go after the dumbest person, and go after the weakest target. Of course, there's no essential properties to a chair. Make another claim, bitch, and I'll beat you down. You don't even fucking know anything. What the fuck is knowledge, bitch? You think you have any justified true beliefs?
I'll be right back.
I knew Godless was gonna say that.
Yeah, run away, you little bitch.
Are you going to get intimidated by a woman, Suralias? Godless just called you the fucking dumbest person in the server, and that's your response, Tasteless? Well, Godless obviously has heard you. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Tasteless.
What was that guy's... Where'd that guy go?
Go.
Yeah, do you have any justified true beliefs?
Yes, all my beliefs are justified and true, ma'am. In fact, do you have any justified true beliefs?
My worldview is irrelevant, asshole.
Well,
my world.
No, it's not.
No,
no,
yes, it is. It's irrelevant to your worldview, asshole. Hey, retard, do you know what a reductio ad absurdum is? If I can demonstrate a reductio ad absurdum in your worldview, it's a problem for you. Irrelevant to my worldview. Whether I have a coherent worldview or not, faggot.
If you want to go ahead and talk over me, then without making any points, then that's.
I did make a point.
But no, you didn't make any points.
Yeah, I said, do you know what a fucking reductio ad absurdum is?
Yeah, and I'm going to take you down the path of a reductio ad absurdum right now. What is your basis for any...
Retard, if I can demonstrate a contradiction in your worldview, it's a problem for you, irrelevant to what my worldview is, moron.
Is that a truth claim? That's what I thought.
Within your worldview, yes. Within presupposing the things you presuppose, yes, it's a truth claim. Sir, what belief do you have? Look, what belief?
I believe in the Christian God of the Bible. What do you believe in, man?
Sir, what belief do you have that does not rely on your cognitive faculties?
I have the Christian God of the Bible. What beliefs do you believe in? You haven't said anything about it.
How is my worldview relevant? How do you know that God exists?
Well,
how do you know that God exists?
Okay, so you don't believe that God exists? Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you, how do you know that God exists?
So you don't believe in God? Well, you have to know.
This guy's fucking retarded.
Know where to
answer the fucking question.
You're wrecked. Everything.
You haven't given an argument,
everything,
sir. This look, I'll give an argument.
Because of God.
Every belief you have,
everything that there is,
every belief that you have presupposes
the Christian God.
Sir, every belief you have, including that God exists, presupposes your cognitive faculties are reliable. And you can't know your cognitive faculties are reliable without relying on your cognitive faculties, which would be begging the question. Therefore, you're not justified in believing anything. You don't even know that you exist, moron.
You can't even make a statement because you don't have any claims to stand on.
Sir, I'm stepping into your worldview. I'm stepping into your worldview and reverse engineering for issues.
Step into my worldview is when you're stealing my worldview as you believe
you're stealing Mr. Batman.
You're stealing my worldview when you think that something is true because you have no basis to stand on other than when you're stealing
How do you know that?
worldview.
How do you know that?
Worldview. I already
How do you know that?
How I know that.
How?
You don't know jack shit.
But you're relying on your cognitive faculties, sir. Sir, you're relying on your cognitive faculties. How do you know that your cognitive faculties are reliable?
And God gave us.
How do you know that?
Natural revelation.
How do you know that?
God initiated everything.
You're just asserting shit.
No, I just told you what
What's the argument for that?
How do you know anything? You already basically gave up your basis for anything.
I haven't made any claims about my own worldview. I'm stepping into your worldview and reverse engineering for issues. How do you know that your cognitive faculties are reliable, sir?
If you were stepping into my worldview, then you would know how I know. Because I already told you, and you still can't understand.
It's just, you're just making an assertion. You're just making an assertion. How do you know that God exists?
What assertion did I make?
What? You asserted that God exists and that you know God exists because God gave you revelation. Moron, that's begging the question. In order for God to give you revelation, that's presupposing that God exists. You you're a stupid, retarded, idiotic, moronic fool.
No, it's not.
You don't even know that you exist.
Wait, no, that's not stupid and idiotic. When you are looking at what the cause of everything is, what your ultimate...
How do you know, sir, without relying on your cognitive faculties?
Listen, quit interrupting me. I'm telling you. Know that the ultimacy of authority, the creator of everything, the ultimate supremacy, has created this stuff. And you know that because he's given you special and natural revelation. And because everything points to him, and because his special revelation aligns with the truth, and because the truth aligns with him, everything points to him. There's not a thing that could be without the God of the Christian Bible. So, that is how you get everything. Where do you get everything?
Okay, so I heard a bunch of assertions. I didn't hear an argument. I've asked you, how can you know that God exists?
No, you asked me a question.
Excuse me, sir. I let you finish. Excuse me, I'm not finished. Excuse me, I'm not finished. I let you run on. I let you run on and make a bunch of assertions.
I gave you
sir, excuse me. I let you run on.
Don't interrupt, please.
Look, you just all you did was make a bunch of assertions.
No, I didn't. She sat there and interrupted my ass the whole time.
I let you talk for a long time.
Listen. What is your worldview, ma'am? You don't have any world to stand on.
Listen, you can't talk or you're gonna get muted. Stop. Are you serious? Act like a fucking adult. Let other people talk too.
So he just made a bunch of assertions. He didn't give an argument. He didn't answer any of my questions. Excuse me, yes, sir. Sir, please calm down. Sir. Look. I'm asking you, how do you know that God exists? And your answer is because God gave you revelation that he exists. So God exists, therefore God exists. That's your argument? How is that not circular? Circular reasoning is always fallacious, sir. And excuse me, I'm not finished. Excuse me, I have a bunch of arguments. I'm not just going to make assertions. I have a bunch of arguments, sir. I have a bunch of arguments. And you haven't answered any of my questions.
So back it up.
What up?
What worldview is all...
Your worldview is circular, sir.
No,
your worldview is circular, sir. You're circular. Circular reasoning? You know what circular reasoning is?
What worldview?
Sir?
Circular reasoning.
The foundation of your worldview is circular. Do you know what circular reasoning is? It's fallacious reasoning. Your reasoning is fallacious, sir. You have made an error in reasoning, sir.
It's only... No, I haven't.
It's only fallacious if it's wrong.
That's what
exactly. What worldview is every type of circularity fallacious?
The conclusion can be correct and it still be fallacious, retards.
Look, yeah, God could exist. I'm just asking you, how can you know God exists? You can't know God exists because that presupposes your cognitive faculties are reliable for any justification you'd have for that. And there's no way you can know your cognitive faculties are reliable.
You're repeating yourself. You still haven't answered the question.
Are you asking me about my worldview? Look, I don't see how my worldview is relevant. If I can demonstrate a contradiction in your worldview, it's a problem for you.
I don't have a contradiction in my worldview. And you're trying to attack my worldview from a not God perspective. And I am telling you, there is a God perspective, my worldview, and you just don't seem to understand it.
Sir, you say that you have justification for God existing, but your justification for God existing is just asserting that God exists. It's just an assertion.
You don't have any room to say anything.
You're just making an assertion. It's just an assertion. God exists, therefore God exists. That's what you're saying. It's just an assertion. Produce an argument, faggot.
Is your ultimacy of reality circular?
How is my worldview relevant?
Because can't make any claims without a worldview.
I can step into your worldview, presuppose that God exists, and then reverse engineer for issues. I showed that your entire worldview is based on circular reasoning, so your entire worldview collapses into absurdity, sir. You're a clown.
No, it doesn't. You're a clown.
You're just making assertions now. Again. You haven't given any arguments. You haven't told me how you can know God exists without begging the question. You haven't told me how you can know anything without begging the question.
I've told you.
How can you know anything without begging the question, sir?
How can you know anything without God of the Bible?
How can you know anything with the God of the Bible? You can't even know that you exist.
You can't even answer one question. I've got you penned so bad you haven't even answered one of my questions.
My worldview is not relevant.
You can say that again?
Good job. Good job. Go ahead and dodge your question.
I think you have. I mean, she keeps stepping into your worldview and using the reductionist.
She hasn't stepped into my worldview.
Your worldview to be false. Like, why does that not make sense to you?
No, because circular reasoning is not fallacious when it comes to your ultimacy of reality.
That's just an assertion. Circular reasoning is always fallacious.
What are you presupposing every day?
How is my worldview relevant?
You don't even have a worldview. It's pretty sad.
But if she steps into your worldview and then
She doesn't
uses
know my
that
worldview,
logic,
obviously.
no, she does.
You're a Christian presuppositionalist. Oh yeah, guys, isn't that funny? Isn't it funny? Like, I didn't know this guy.
Dude, if you're not gonna even try to have the conversation, then don't even fucking do it. I get that you're trolling, just fucking stop.
Isn't it funny that I heard this guy crushing Tasteless, and I said I was gonna get him, and I started attacking his epistemology, and I didn't even know he turned out to be a presuppositionalist, and I crushed a presuppositionalist with their own fucking argument. What a clown you are.
You haven't crushed shit. You haven't answered any questions. You haven't made any good claims that are true. You can't back up anything you've said.